Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Psychic Medium Daniel Monroe, and today we're going to be doing some Q&A. A lot of people have been commenting, emailing, phone calling all throughout the year, so my best friend slash producer went ahead and wrote some of them down. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below so you can get notified when I post new videos. And if you're ready to get some questions answered, keep on watching. Alrighty everybody, so here is the magical colorful box full of questions. I've never seen these before. Like I said, my best friend slash producer wrote these down. So shall we jump into it? So the first question is, I've noticed butterflies on your website and products. What's your connection with butterflies? Whoever wrote these, the handwriting, I still love you though. So, again, the question is, I've noticed butterflies on your website and products. What's your connection with butterflies? So, it's actually a really interesting question is, when I went and found out I was a medium, when I went to my spiritual healer, just to figure out boundaries, because I thought I was only an empath, which is feeling people's emotions, if some of you don't know. I felt like somebody was standing behind me because we were talking about my grandfather who departed the night I was born. And I felt like somebody was like standing behind me and I was up against the wall. And my spiritual healer said, close your eyes, kind of feel who they are. And instantly I felt like my grandfather is present. And long story short is when I opened my eyes, there was a butterfly just sitting on the window. So when I go throughout my entire life and career, big changes, like when I first got my office, my guides and angels and my departed loved ones will send me this cute little butterfly. They make sure I notice it, like full in face, doing things butterflies don't normally do, so that way I know that I'm being watched over and protected. So that's a really good question. The next one, let's see. If you're in a relationship, how did your significant other handle you telling them you are a psychic medium? So I actually am in a relationship going on, this is 3 years, going on 4 years in September. Let's not put the question back in the box. So actually I was with my partner about almost a year. Yeah, almost a year when I went to the session that I was just talking about with my spiritual healer. And he called me and he's like, hey, how did the session go? Are you on your way home? I was like, yeah, but I'll tell you when I get home. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah. So I get home, walked in the door, and he goes, so how did it go? I was like, so I guess I can talk to dead people. And he's like, no, for real, how did it go? I was like, I'm being serious. I can talk to dead people. And he's like, huh. So how does that work? So we started watching some of the Hollywood mediums that are on TV, and I was like, that's kind of how it works. Again, I only know as much as you, and it wasn't until he saw me actually read somebody, it was actually at, he took me out to dinner, and one of the waitresses came up, and I could feel a departed loved one coming through, something with an impact. I will never forget this reading. Something with an impact, felt like at times was in a relationship with this departed gentleman. So I had her like come over and I was like, hi, I don't know if you know what I do. And next thing I know, it was, they decided to be friends and they were dating. And the impact, I just kept saying like, why do I feel like there's just this impact against me? He was flown out of the windshield in the car accident. And I look over, my partner's just the entire time. So she walked away, I gave her a hug, she said thank you so much for that, she really needed to hear from him, and he was just like, you gotta do this for the rest of your life, and I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you just act different, you brighten up, it's amazing. So I'm very fortunate for him, shout out to my partner Jared, and so lucky to have him that he loves what I do, and he's like, nope, we're gonna get you an office, we're gonna help build your career. So yeah, that's a good question too. So the next question is, how do I pick a set of cards? So I don't work with tarot cards because they do scare me. That's just me. I like to work with oracle cards, angel cards. So something to do for picking your cards that you're going to work with, because again, everything is energy. When you work with cards, that's going to be a part of you. Kind of just feeling, like if you feel like an instant, no thank you, kind of like how I feel towards tarot cards, you'll kind of get that feeling, no, not for me. It's always sensing. You can even ask your guides and angels, okay, show me some sort of sign of what cards I should use. Some people like to use their hands because they can kind of feel like a little bit of a heat, if you want to call it, over one of the cards. So always going by your feeling, your gut intuition, because we always call our intuition our gut feeling. So, and that's what you want to connect with, that is your gut feeling. So going by your gut feeling, feeling the cards, but believe me, you'll start collecting them like I do. Next question is, how and when do I need to cleanse my crystals? How and when do I need to cleanse my crystals? So I say like once a week, but I'm going to be honest, I don't do it every week. It might be every 2 weeks or once a month. So something that you can do is take them, and again, kind of feeling your gut, feeling your intuition. They will kind of tell you, so running them under some cold water. Some of my crystals, though, I will tell you this, it's going to sound crazy, but hey, I talk to dead people. They will have and like speak to me like, nope, I want to do a little bit lukewarm water. So rinsing them underwater, setting them out in a new moon is another way, so that way it clears the energy. Taking Palo Santos or some white sage, taking a little crystal, smudging or saging them real quick to clear that energy. And you can find these products online on my website at mediumdanielmonroe.com under the shops page, or just go to your local metaphysical store, ask for some Palo Santos or some white California sage. Oh, it smells so good. So those are some quick little easy ways to clear your crystals. What do you do to zone in on your gifts? Oh, what did I do to zone in on my gifts? So something that I did when I first found out I was a medium, I wanted to take a bunch of classes and I couldn't really find any. I was only 16 at the time, so there were some courses by some local mediums that it's like $400, $500. Obviously, being at 16, just moving out on my own with my partner, didn't have all that bunch of money. So the best thing I tell all my clients is knowledge will be your number one friend. So something that I did was go online. I read this book, Discover Your Psychic Type. It has little quizzes in them. They're very, very helpful. It talks about like earth psychics, it talks about angel psychics, it talks about pet psychics. And then for zoning in on my mediumship gifts, it's this lovely, lovely book by Lisa Williams. It's I Speak to Dead People, Can You? My favorite book. It's a 10-week course. I sell this on my online shop for like $15.95, way better than $500. An 8-week course, An 8-week course. It has all these little quizzes. It says welcome to week 3. You can do it at your own pace. Absolutely love this book, and I recommend it to all of my clients who are developing their mediumship gifts. And again, you can find both of these books online at mediumdanielmonroe.com under the shops page. Absolutely love this book. Next question. I think we're down to the last 3. Next question is how did you know you were a medium? So I kind of answered it in one of the previous questions. I moved out of my parents' home at the age of 17 and went to the spiritual healer within like a week of moving in with my partner. I was in cosmetology, so I wasn't setting out to become a medium. I was setting out to become a cosmetologist. So I walked in wanting just to learn how to walk around the mall like a normal human being, not picking up on all the energy all the time, just wanting to be normal, not feeling everybody's emotion and getting super drained. So I Googled, Google is my number one friend, I Googled spiritual healer, found one, walked in, walked out, talking to dead people. And it was absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad that I did. Next question is, why do I need to bring an item to a session? So that's a really good question. I asked all of my clients, as some of you have come in and had a reading with me before, I ask that you bring a personal item that belong to or has a meaning of for the departed loved one that you wish to connect with, because it helps me zone in on that energy and bring that person forward, because we always have a bunch of departed loved ones. We have great grandma, great grandpa, Uncle Joe, Uncle Bob. But if you're looking for a brother, sister, mom, dad, bringing their item helps bring them forward a little bit more and helps have a clearer channel for me. So that's actually a really good question. So that's why I asked. It's called psychometry too. Feeling objects, picking up objects. When I walk into a home, I'll feel the wall to pick up on some energy, some messages that need to come up. So yeah, that's a really good question. Last but not least, how old are you and how old were you when you discovered your gifts? So I am actually currently right now only 19. I found out I was a medium at the age of 17, just turned 17, and I've been doing it ever since. So yeah, I'm very blessed and honored to only be 19. I know it's a big shocker. He's only 19. I'm very blessed and honored. I've been doing this for going on 3 years now professionally. So thank you guys so much for asking all your guys' questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe down below so you can get notified when we post more videos. And if you would like to have your special question down in this pretty little box, you can comment them down below. Always to remember to love you, be you. See you guys later.